Every business, no matter how big or small, run on technology at some level. And if you own a computer for more than 5 minutes, you already know the truth. Nobody's exempt from system crashes, network problem, and downtime. Every business owner has felt that frustration. But few could actually tell you what it cost them in real dollars. Because most of the cost isn't repair bill, it's the soft cost. Lost productivity, wasted hours. Here is what makes this hard to pin down. There is no such thing as an average business. So when someone throws out generate downtime statistics, it doesn't really tell you much about your studio or your medical practice specifically. Every single interruption to your business costs you money. A server crash, a hardware failure, a system that just won't come back online. If you ever had your whole operation grind to a halt because you or your staff couldn't get into the system you rely on, you already know that feeling in your gut, even if you never sat down and put number to it. The average company loses countless amount of hours of network downtime a year. It gets worse. The longer an outage drags, business that lost access to their critical system for 10 days or more after a disaster, most of them don't recover. The overwhelming majority end up filing for bankruptcy within a year, and roughly half of those file immediately, not eventually, immediately. And this isn't a rare event either. Roughly 1 in 5 small mid-sized business will experience a major disaster that costs them critical data within a given 5-year stretch. That's not an if. That's a when for meaningful chunk of the business watching this right now. Here's another one that should get your attention. A large share of small business and mid-sized business that manage their own network and use the internet for more than just email get their network accessed by hacker every year. And more than half of them never even know it happened. You could be compromised right now and have no idea. Even if you strip out every bit of that lost productivity, just look at the hard cost of getting your network fixed. Most major repair takes 4 to 8 hours once someone's actually working. But here's the catch. Most IT consultants can't even get on site for 24 hours to 48 hours. So realistically, you're looking at your business down for 1 or 2 full days. At standard consulting rate plus trip fee plus the emergency purchase, so you're looking at your business down for 1 or 2 full days. Do that even a couple of times a year, and you're looking at $2,000 to $3,000 annually, and that's before you count the hardware, the software, and everything you lost in sale and work hour while waited. Now, for fitness studio or healthcare practice watching this, let me make it even more specific. If your booking or scheduling platform goes down on a Saturday morning, that's not an abstract loss. That's your busiest window of the week. Client can check in, can't book next week's class, and your front desk is apologizing instead of selling. Some of those clients quietly go try the studio down the street instead, and they don't come back. If you are owning a healthcare practice and your scheduling or record system goes down, now you've got a full waiting room, a staff writing everything on paper, and depending on what caused it, a possible compliance problem that follow you for weeks, not hours. In healthcare, downtime isn't just loss of revenue. It can turn into a HIPAA conversation you didn't ask for. There is one more cost most business owners never factor in: the cost of bad advice. This is what happens when someone you hire who doesn't actually understand your business and they sell you something you didn't need, or they underestimate what a project would really take, and it ends up costing you 2 to 3 times the original quote once the surprise shows up. Bad advice look like paying for hardware or software you never needed, paying so much for repair, getting stuck with a so-called fix that doesn't actually solve the problem, doubling your costs because you have to hire someone competent to clean up what the first person got wrong. And underneath all of it, the sheer frustration with a problem that should have been solved the first time. The trouble is, you usually don't find out you've got the bad advice until you're ready to neck deep in the consequences. By then, you've already spent the time and the money, and walking away isn't simple anymore. So here's the point of this video. Downtime is going to happen to every business at some point. That's not optional. What is optional is whether you actually look at what it would cost you, and whether the people advising you on your system actually understand your business well enough to keep that cost as low as possible. If you've never run that number for your own studio or practice, that's the place to start. I put together a free IT and security checklist that walk through exactly where most fitness and healthcare business are exposed. Link in the description. And if you want to talk to your specific setup, book some time with me directly. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.